she said? Doesn't work, use a different angle. Son, to bend over. That's right, do a different angle. That's what I like. That's what I like. You really have to be open. You got to be open to change. You have to be open because things happen, things change. My kid went to a school where they just despised her. I mean, despised her. And it wasn't because her mother was black. That was 75% of it. The rabbi said I was a bad role model for my daughter. He had picked up a pile of this. He had a file. I was like, what did she do? She's in second grade. Files like this, right? It's me. Me. Pictures of me. And like, he's crazy. Those were even my real boobs. Those were like milk boobs. I used them too. I don't care. I used them. I don't give a shit. They leaked, I put flour on the outside, put some sequins. I don't care. I used them for every picture I could. And then I said, you know what, God? If you let me sleep again on my stomach, I promise I'll never ask you for no titties no more. Because everybody wanted to know why I don't have boobs, and they just kept asking me why. Like, why don't you do something? Like, and then one boyfriend of mine, he just made the appointment for me. I was like, whoa. Like, suppose I got a penile enlargement, appointment for you, but I didn't really tell you why. And then we just so have me sitting there, and they're like, hey, just take out this one thing with a needle, and you got a pump. I've been with men that's so much angst. Men have to go through all this stuff to just get it there. And then when you get it there, then you're so insecure. You're like, oh, my God, was the other guy bigger than me? Nobody had more hair. No, I didn't mean to say that, but it's so true. When you see somebody's toupee flop off in the middle of something, you're like, whoa. Like, it's worse than the teeth slide, and I dealt with that. I dealt with it. I was like, God forbid. Hey, never for the grace of God go I with me and my flippy teeth, right? But this guy, on top of it all, he had put a rubber band on it. I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, because I had a vasectomy, so now I have to put a rubber band on it. And so then he didn't know, but like I used to have codes for my side drawers, okay? So everybody has side drawers. I had Palestinian drawers, right? I had mayor's son drawers, and I had dentist drawers, because they all had the same name. But if you called Jim Jimmy or James Jim, they knew something else was up. They were like, why are you calling me Jimmy? You've never called me that. My mother didn't call me Jimmy. I was like, oh, my God. Jimmy knows I'm playing around with James. In the middle of everything, my boyfriend calls me in the middle of my work day, and he tells me, he's like, I have to talk to you. He says, I think I'm going to kill myself if you cheat on me, if you leave. And I said to him, oh, my God, hold on a second, because I had a call. And he called me back. He goes, I'm telling you I'm killing myself. You're putting me on hold. I'm at work, motherfucker. I'm at work. That's why. And you need your teeth done, too. And he was my dentist I was with then. I mean, like, oh, my God, I screwed up so badly. Oh, my God, how I could screw up. My cat's name was Heathcliff, and Heathcliff ran into Donato LaForge's shoe and peed in it. Just peed because it smelled so bad, his feet, that the cat just assumed I should go to the bathroom here as well. Not number two, just one, but just, a little bit So I didn't know how to deal with this, so I just put toilet paper in it, and then I took it out, and I put a paper towel and took it out. So then I said, well, let me blow dry it. Whoa, blow dry a cat piss will wake up the dead. So I'm like, nobody's going to know. Why did I tell my mother the mouth that walks? So she's sharing this. This is the nicest guy. He's from La Forgia, Italy. I meet him in a restaurant called La Gamelle, and it's a beautiful restaurant in Manhattan on West Broadway. And there were just, I'd say about 20 to 25 mice just running all around the floor while we were having dinner there. And the waitress said to me, we are so used to them, we feed them. And I was like, wow, this is some party. So he said, let's go back to my place and make love. Well, I tried to do that, but when I walked in, he had a stove and he had the refrigerator and shower in our bedroom. So that was, one of those real strange ones in New York, right? And then I said, oh my God, something's dead in here because I smell it. When you smell a dead mouse or something. So I was trying to help him, not knowing it was his feet.
my God.
Because then I said to him, I can't meet in your house anymore. You got to come to my house because it's so bad. And then Heathcliff peed in his shoe. So I was like, well, Heathcliff got the 411, right? But I told her, mouth that walks. So she says to him, I just say she because that's who she is, Sandra. I said, Ma, don't say anything. I should have said, why don't you put it in the Gazette, right? She goes right up to the guy and says, you're not going to believe what Heathcliff did. The last guy that was here, Heathcliff peed in his shoe because his feet smelled so bad. And this is the guy. And this is the guy. The other guy, his shoe says, this is an authentic elevator shoe. He had an insert. Have you heard of this?
Oh, like lifts? Yeah. Like
yes.
Hoffman lifts?
What do you mean?
Like
he wears lifts?
Get lifts to make him tall.
Really?
Dustin Hoffman, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Because he's really short.
I knew that, and he talks a lot during the opera, but...
Lifts.
And I was high and paranoid. I wanted him to shut up so I could listen for the cops. I'm telling everybody, you shut up. They're like, oh my God, that's the guy. You can't be high watching opera, really can't. Especially when this white woman says to me, you really have to stop hitting your hand and beat with the music. You're not in Harlem where you belong. I was like, what is it? Just said to me? I went crazy. My boyfriend at the time was like, you have to calm down. I was like, no, stop being white. Because, sometimes you can be white and then too white. Like, we look like Opie and Lola Falana, and I know the references you don't know, but it's just like Rihanna and fucking like the guy that sings, I don't know, too white. Sometimes you can be too white. You can be too white. And so many good things are going on, and I want you guys to just once again investigate. Think about what I'm telling you about NACA. I've talked about it before, and I'm going to talk about it briefly. It's the National Association of Colleges, right, and clubs. And guys, you'll get out there. You're going to do these colleges. You're going to be like, oh, this sucks. That's your people that are going to be buying. Come in, I'm naked. And so what happens, watch they run out the other way. Speaking of naked, here he is. Hi. Oh, love hurts my mouth. I'm not going to even go into it, okay? I just know that we're trying to be intimate because the kids aren't there, and the next thing I know, I have a bloody mouth, okay? I'm like, oh, who gets hurt? Who falls? This is not the way we're supposed to be doing it. All right, so we're going to do something that's going to be very different because I really miss this guy's energy a lot. And, something, he's always all right with me, but he's going to be all white with you. Let's give it for Hunter White. Hunter!
Hey!
And Happy New Year and all that.
Yeah, Happy New Year. How we doing, people? We feeling good? Yeah, I'm a little update on my personal life because it's my time on stage, and I have a problem bringing stuff to stage instead of actually dealing with it. But so my ex isn't letting me see my dog, which I find just unreasonable. And again, it's my time on stage, so she's being unreasonable. I think it's partially my fault. Because we never watched John Wick together. Now, I still haven't seen it, but as far as I can tell, John Wick is a movie about why you don't keep a man from his dog. Right? And I ain't going to get violent, but I am 100% planning a war. Right? I got to fight for my dog. I came from a messy divorce. This is my moment. I was bred to fight a custody battle. Some of you might be like, oh, there's the dog. Get over it. Look, here's the thing. I don't have a lot of friends. I keep a small social group. Lemon is my best friend, okay? Like, she's such a good girl. I gotta shoot my shot. Gotta try to save the princess from the evil stepmother. I don't want to take it. I just want to see the dog. I'm too broke to actually take the dog. I'm poor. Understand that. Anyway, I bring it up not just because I'm like trauma dumping, but it's bringing up a lot of like weird emotions, like specifically rage, which I'm not like used to. I'm not hold on. Again, it's all we're good to be back. We're good to be here. Rage, right? It's a weird thing. I'm not used to it as an adult. It's so foreign to me to just be 100% real. I think the rage is messing with my hormones. Because I have never been angry, but I have never been hornier. Yo, I couldn't sleep the other night, so I jerked off 4 times. I'm 32. It shouldn't happen like that. I should be tired from taking care of children and just glad I got one out. Instead, I'm just laying there sad, and then the next one goes, I want to see my dog. Just like a divorced bridge troll, just So yeah, we're doing okay, I guess. I don't know. Despite my like grumpy teenage libido, I'm going into 2026 a voluntarily celibate. Ain't nobody trying. I'm not like denying, but I have no desire. What do I mean? You know what I want more than pussy? Clean sheets and art on the wall. Does that track? Like, I would rather watch strangers, thank y'all. I'd rather watch strangers open Pokemon cards than buy a stranger a drink. Like, oh man, do you expect me to pick you up in my car? I'm sorry, no ma'am, that's a sanctuary for me and stuff that needs to be thrown away. You are not. What are we doing? I don't offer princess treatment. I don't want prince treatment. I offer and desire monk treatment. Be quiet or get the fuck out. I like monk treatment. I like that one.
Oh my God.
I don't know, I'm not like above wanting intimacy, like I'm still a human being. I just think my like wants and desires have changed. Like I dream of like making out with a stranger and then never seeing him again. Right? Because I'm not like trying to get laid, but I think the human connection would be good for me. Right? Like logistically, I know human beings, we're social animals. We need that connection. So I don't want to like not have it and then like slowly morph into like that guy. Like we know that guy, right? Like I don't need to make women feel uncomfortable and fall in love with a body pillow. I can just skip that era. I'll just stay out of it. I don't know. Dating and relationships, it does fascinate me, probably because I come from divorce, but it's an interesting point we're in because everybody's like so open and honest about like their deal, what they're into, do you boo boo. But like I realize that whenever I desire to be touched by another human being, I'm never going to have sex with a married person. 20 years ago, probably didn't need to be said, but it's a whole new world. Right? People will ask you to have sex with their wives. Like, that's brilliant! And like, again, do you no shame, but like, from my point of view, I got you on that one. Success. But like, I don't know. To me, the whole point of like having married friends is ideally it is a healthy, drama-free relationship. Why would I sign up to be the drama? Okay, I need more punch to that, but the first half really worked, so thank y'all. I don't know, I spent some time on like weird corners of the internet this week. Do y'all remember Thundercats?
Yes.
Yeah? Yeah. Do you remember Thundercats? Okay, so just for the practice, if you don't, 90s cartoon where like cats fought bad guys with swords. And I'll just say it. I think cat ears on a lady, kinda hot, and I blame Thundercats. Right? I don't like want to fuck a cat, but I think Chitara got in there somehow, is what I'm saying. Basically, Thundercats did to me what I think Top Gun does to woke anti-war women. Like, I don't really love that a woman in that uniform gets me going, but that's where we're at, I guess. Okay, fine. I did some traveling. I went to Joshua Tree a couple months back, and while I was out there, I decided, okay, I'm from Georgia, if you don't know, and when I was traveling, I said, like, I should embrace my southern roots, so I went to Walmart. I realized after going into Walmart, I never want to go to a Target again in my life, because I feel like Target is like real cool and suave, but then they go home and they like bully you online. It's very fake, but Walmart will like call you a slur to your face, but they still want to get you a good deal. Does this make sense? Like, come on inside, queer, check out the prices, we roll them back, and we want to roll other things back. I say that Walmart is like embracing my southern roots because like not only is Walmart just everywhere in the South, but I can admit it, Walmart, a little trashy. It's fine, I'm a little trashy. I'm a proud southern white trash man. And my ex hated it when I said I was white trash. because like she comes from like a very well-off Massachusetts family. So when her family called someone white trash, very different meaning than when my family called white trash, right? It's kind of like another word that I'm not going to say, but like I can call people white trash, and people like me call people white trash, but people all white trash call people white trash. It sounds classist, or racist with the other word. And I'm not equating white trash and the N-word. They're not equal, but they do share that fun fact about them. What do I mean by white trash? And I'll get out of here on this. It's not totally economic. It's a little bit of a preference. You guys know when people move into an apartment, they want to find one that's like walking distance to like a Starbucks or a fancy grocery store. Happiest I have been in the last 6 months, I found out that I can walk to 7-Eleven. Right, that's what I mean by white trash. Like my hobby in high school was Coca-Cola rewards points. My standard for brunch is Waffle House. White trash. All right, I gotta figure that out. You guys have been great. My name is Hunter White Trash Hunter. You can find me on the internet at My Name is Hunter 2026. Treat your phone well and don't watch too much of the news.
I love white trash though. They'll take care of your pets. They do. They take care of your pets. But my cat ate my friend's bird. I felt terrible. Heathcliff. Same cat. That cat's a real pain in the ass. And then he would take off a couple months and then come back with another friend. Oh my God. So then I came, Susan who was here, she was here, and she said, Sunda, look. She goes, it's Heathcliff. And I go, I know, he comes back after a few months. She goes, no, you got a friend with him. So I look at it, it's an orange cat, and they're both eating, like maniacally, eating the food, and they both use a litter pan. I gotta clean this shit up too? No. It's not even my cat, but I'm being nice. So I come outside, and I hear, Joy, mine Joy, Joy. And this cat just runs, and I go to the lady, oh my God, that's your cat? She's so pretty, she was with my cat. And she said, mine cat is a male. Mine cat's name's Joey. Mine cat is male cat. And my landlady said, oh, Gunda, Heathcliff's gay. She used to call me Gunda. That's why Sundra did nothing to me. Sundra, Gunda, Wunda. Listen, all I say is that you got to be Miss Fang when you got the comedy. You want to know Ushamaya Bang! Ushamaya.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Sunda. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Shumaya Bang Weinstein, and no relation to Harvey Weinstein. I just got to let that be known for especially friends like you that are new. That's right, it is all about the bang thing. Especially for 2026, Happy New Year's. Exactly, new year, new me, and especially me, I died, and then I undied, and I came back from the dead because I had some kidney stones. So I am officially certified stone cold surviving bitch. Thank you. That's what my husband says to me, and I think we're considering divorce. Really. We've been married for 3 years. It's been 5 years I'm trying to get a divorce. He ain't let me go. You gonna let others go? I don't think so. He's like, you're on a limit. Let me know when it's over. So this is my stage, my opportunity to shake that ass. So, it's been some hard times. Recently, I got a notice. We moved from California, and I came from California right before the pandemic, so we didn't really get a chance to think about buying houses because we got caught up in having a baby. So I got a notice for an eviction. That's pretty hard. So I told my husband, damn, I gotta go to work. What we gonna do? And he's in the business. So one of his friends says to me, well, you might have to go get you a 9 to 5. I said, 9 to 5, I'm not getting on my 2 feet. I might be on my back, bitch, but I'm not gonna be on my 2 feet. You don't know me. So I said, you know what? Baby, I'm gonna hit the club. He said, what club? The club? I said, no, bitch, the comedy club. Thank you. I just wrote that. But really, they say the hardest times make the best comedians. And I understand why, because how you gonna have jokes if you ain't even lived? And then you ain't died and come back from the dead to tell know the goddamn joke. So here I am. So, 2025, I had a crush. 2026, I got me a whole crush. You like that, right? Yeah, let me tell you about my new So when I was younger and single, his name, I had a crush. Because, that's how I live my life, crushes. They be crushing me. His name was Special. Now, my new crush, his name is Heavy. Heard that. And don't get no naughty ideas. It ain't heavy like that, baby. He's just a heavyweight champion. And I heard all the black ladies is in love with him. Now he got all the brown honeys in love with him. Guess what his name is? Anthony Joshua, baby. I love you. He is a British Nigerian boxer. And before I even dive in, I want to give my condolences to him. Two of his best friends, a trainer and a coach, passed away in a car accident after he beat up, I won't say whose name, bitch, come get it. Now you get it. So, like I said, condolences, but damn, baby, when I saw you emotional, I said, oh, that's the man. That's a man's man. But not only that, he was like a 6-foot giant. I didn't even know he was. I was just like, damn, he a giant. But he a tall, extra large chocolate bar. Damn. Then I see he all this famous. I was like, shit, now all the girls probably like him. I thought I was the only one. There goes my hope. I was like, damn, baby, I don't think I need a divorce. I think I'm going to just stay with you. Thank you. All right. Now, let me tell you about my moving to New York, from New York to LA. So when I got here, let me tell you a little bit of history about me and my husband. So when I got here, I get to the DMV. I need to change my license. And the lady's like, what's going on? I said, well, I need to change my last name. She said, oh, okay, marriage certificate. She's like, who did you marry? Harvey Weinstein? I said, no, bitch, Eric Weinstein. And he produced a whole other kind of movie. And that's called The Good Weinsteins. And boy, we got stories for days. Like, he probably should be right here because it's like a boxing ring some days. Especially having a 3-year-old, it really got tough. So after like 6 rounds of IVF, I was going through it. So I really love this man because you ain't going to marry a man, go through 6 rounds of shots up in your ass. I mean, they was sticking me, boy. They was sticking me. And like the hormone jokes, I was enraged, bitch. I was enraged. I was like, who the fuck is this girl? Where's my sexuality? I was not sexy. I was like fat, big, tits, ass everywhere. I mean, I think I need a breast reduction from all of that. I need to start me a GoFund. I got a lot of fucking issues right now. That's why I'm here. I need to get booked. I need shows. Y'all, you understand, right? Struggling actor, struggling comedian. We out here trying to make this money. But anyways, that 6 round of IVF really put a dent in my husband's pockets because it was over $150,000. So I really respect the hustle that he believed in me to give me a baby. And, he literally cut his balls off to give me the baby, too. That sacrifice, baby. So, after the baby comes, now I'm all hormoned up, my head is going crazy, my body's out of shape. I'm like, I can't be married. This ain't for me. Marriage, baby, like, I'm not even that baddie no more. What the hell? So, I'm like, listen, I call up his best friend, who's someone I really, have so much love for. And he's a godly Christian man. God bless you, Mark Wahlberg. And I said, what should I do, brother? Use like Jesus. Jesus, help me, Lord. I started praying. He said, listen, you need a thicker skin and you need therapy. I said, all right, now we in therapy. I never been to therapy in my life. We get to therapy, the therapist is like, so what are you trying to do? I was like, I'm just trying to have a human experience. And my husband is off the wall and going on and on and on. And the next thing you know, this is the only time I leave my daughter alone. My beautiful baby doll. That girl don't even got a scratch on her. The only time I leave my daughter alone with the nanny at a bowling bounce, I come back, my daughter is dead on the floor. The lady talking about she taking a nap. Bitch, she taking a nap. 300 people running around. I'm like, mommy, wake up. I'm carrying my baby. And mind you, I had a SWAT hat on, and I just like I looked like I had army pants. I looked like I was coming out of Israel and Palestine, carrying dead babies. It hurt me, man. It hurt me to see my daughter like that. And my husband, how you know? I said, she broke her arm. He's like, how you know? I said, man, I don't know. She broke her arm. Let's go. So we're in the caddy, driving, calling doctors, looking for us. We get to the right doctor. My baby gets her cast. It's all good in the hood. Next week, I go back to therapy, and I tell the therapist, I said, I need to sit down. I said, last week, I had a real bad incident happen to me, and I prayed to God. And on my TikTok algorithm, Carl Jung came up, and I decided that I don't need therapy no more. I need a vacation from the therapy. You know they got vacation from the vacation? Well, I need a vacation from the therapist. And that's when I decided I'm not spending $300 for a therapist on Beverly Hills, $50 for a bagel, and then $100 for the nanny to break my daughter's arm. Forget about it. I'd rather come to comedy and give Sumba $10. That's a lot cheaper than a Beverly Hills therapist, bitch. That's why I'm here. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Shumaya Bang Weinstein. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram, ShumayaBang.com. Thank you.
Hey! She bangs! Yes, Shumaya! She moves.
Thank you.
Hey. Look at that, like a lion tamer. Oh my God, you're doing it. You're doing it. You see that?
Thank you.
So for those of you who are listening, we need $10 times 100,000, okay? We need to make this money somehow. We're going to raffle off a Phantom. We're going to raffle that Phantom. We are. And I'm also thinking of doing something really crazy that I did before. People would spend money, like $5,000 on tickets to have me cook for them in their house. Right, but then when you get there, they had a chef and everything. I have to do anything. They just wanted me there. So, you know, the guy who yawns the loudest has to go on first. There he comes. Let's give it for America's sweetheart, Mark Zaffron. Yes! Yes! What are you clapping for? Come on. Oh. Jennifer, what are you going to do with your dad here? Come on. Come on. Excuse me.
You want to get hurt? Anyhow, you know, you're sitting here listening to Shumaya complain about her kidney stones. You know, when a man has to pass a kidney stone, and Hunter knows exactly where I'm going with this, we have this little hole all the way down this tube that it has to pass through. You got nothing to complain about. It's a lot bigger if I can fit the whole part of my shaft up there. So don't start. I want to hear about your problems with passing a stone. When a man passes a stone, it hurts.
It hurts us too.
Mm-hmm. So I get a phone call today from the cardiologist's office to remind me of my appointment. And they said to me, but you were supposed to get your bloods. And I said, well, you know, I brought my wife there because they say senior citizens should bring their wife to a doctor's appointment. But somehow it seems like the paperwork that they gave her disappeared. So I have to make, you know, other arrangements for the bloods. But speaking of the cardiologist and how I got there, all right, you know, I'm a bit of an expert on the American healthcare system. My biggest problem with the American healthcare system is out-of-network billing. Out-of-network billing means that some uppity doctor from Harvard doesn't want to take your insurance. Not your Medicare, not your Medicaid, your real insurance, because there isn't enough money for them. Because they have to do something called capitation. Capitation meaning that they have to take a negotiated fee. It still gets them a Ferrari.
Oh!
All right? Don't forget that. They got plenty of ways of making money that the rest of us don't have, all right? And they don't shop at Walmart except when they're buying guns to shoot their wives. Anyhow. I didn't say nothing about you, Hunter. You have authentic white trash credits. All right. Anyhow, you belong at Walmart's. You even have one of those hats that say that say what is it? Caterpillar. I've seen you with a Caterpillar hat. All right. Anyhow, back to the cardiologist and the whole thing. So I go to this doctor that's recommended to me by my allergist friend. I should have known better because I just got a bill from him for $350 because he just all of a sudden got up and said, "Well, I'm at a network too." I had to say something, but I'd be glad. Yelled and screamed at that he really is. Anyhow, he's been through a couple of wives. Makes his kids impossible. Anyhow, to get on, stop telling me what to say. Anyhow, I hate being edited. This is comedy. If you can't take it, don't send me a bill. Anyhow, I went. So I go to this doctor and they're pushing me through to get my knee done. My knee has to get done. See, many years ago, I was going to a show. In the wintertime and slipped outside on black ice. Didn't realize as the person was going to the show and left me there. I hopped upstairs. I had a plateau fracture in my tibia. You see, comedians don't care about pain, other people's. So here I am as I digress on the whole story. And so they're going to redo my knee, and I'm going through this whole process. You go for the bloods, you go for this, you go for that. And as I'm in the doctor's office getting pre-cleared for the operation to see whether I won't die on the operating table, they discovered an old heart condition of mine. And I'm thinking to myself, that doctor from Harvard never told me how much it would cost. He'd been pushing me through, and I was just going to get a $50,000 bill. And my insurance wouldn't cover it because he is out of network. All right? So here I am at the cardiologist. They brush me across the street. Nice guy. He's in network. Beautiful friggin' office. All right? Filled with a lot of people that shop at Walmart. I'm not kidding. You got to see these people. One guy came in with a broomstick as his cane. You know? Anyhow, I digress. So I go to my first appointment is by myself. I meet him. So for the next appointment, they're doing tests. I bring my wife. Because if you don't bring your wife to the doctor, no matter, and your girlfriend is probably worse, and whatever you say, they're going to call you a liar. All right? They're going to say you're lying. All right? So I bring Sunda. She comes there, and see what she's doing right now? Sleeping? She did that. Didn't hear a word the doctor had to say. She had to make it up in her own mind. Anyhow, they give me 2 tests. They didn't tell me the second test they're going to shoot me through a radioactive isotope, and I'd grow for a day and a half and be sick. All right, please. So this is my trip to the cardiologist, including going to a Subway, because there's nothing worse than a Subway in a medical center with some old man vomiting in the back of the store. And they're looking at him like it's normal. So there must be a lot of people that come in there just to vomit. Sunda didn't eat her Subway. Anyhow, we go back upstairs. They don't say anything, so they give me the test. The guy's a lunatic that's administering the test and give me an extra day. Next time I bring my daughter. All right? She's cool, you know. It's only 1 test this time. It's also shooting me full of radioactive isotopes. As he finishes shooting me up with the radioactivity, he turns around to my daughter and says, "Are you pregnant?" She looks at him like she wants a fight. She thinks he's making a comment about his waist. She's ready to get down with him. And he said, "No, I just wanted to make sure you weren't pregnant because you shouldn't be in room with the radioactivity." Well, why did you wait before you took it out of the case? All right. So the third time we go back with Sunda. We find out, and what the good thing about it is that the cardiologist turns around to me and says, "Yeah, it's nice that they wanted to get your knee done, but you know you're obese, and it would be a very long time for you to recover." I said, and an out-of-network bill. That's what's wrong with American healthcare. Now we're going to talk about what's wrong in New York. All right? Now, back to my problem with, my weight and everything else. After all this, I said, I'm not fat anymore. If somebody can do other things, and if you can imagine yourself in a different body or whatever it is, I'm no longer fat. And if anybody tells me I'm fat, right? I'm not quite sure the word that you use. They must be fatophobic. They have to be fatophobic. Because I also changed my pronouns. I'm now slim and skinny. And if you don't call me slim slim and skinny, all right, you're going to get canceled, all right? Face the facts. It's my delusion, but you all have to buy into it. So instead of eating into my delusion, I decided maybe treatment is better, so I went on Ozempic. Which everybody claims is making me agitated, angry. No, it's them. It's just me recognizing as I'm losing weight that they're all annoying. The last thing I want to hear in my house is a vacuum cleaner while I'm watching Fire Country. Fire Country is my new drama. My daughters claim I'm a drama queen, but based upon my better than some other things. Based upon my choice of television shows. I like Doc, I like Fire Country, I like Sheriff Country. I like all those shows where it's all this crazy family drama, because I come from a family of alcoholics. What else are you going to watch to remind you of home? Everybody's just out of rehab. It's all about people who are white trash. You know? And they're calling me right now to find out when I'm going to be doing something for them. Oh, yeah. Anyhow, just to get back to the latest, though, Hunter, I'm sorry to say this. I don't want to embarrass you, but you could be Zoran Mandami's stunt double.
Hell yeah, I'll take it.
You look just like him.
Hell yeah.
And you know, speaking of Zoran, all right, true to form, following his instincts, he got inaugurated in a tunnel and then kidnapped Bernie Sanders. Took him hostage. He would have taken AOC, but he couldn't afford her. Anyhow, that's my time. You're not going to find me because I'm smart enough not to be on social media. Because you notice everybody that Zoran tried to appoint, all their anti-Semitic and anti-everything posts came up. I can't help it. The worst thing in the world is when you have those fingers and you don't use your head. That's social media.
Nothing wrong with fingers. If you bring up Jennifer for me, please.
Jennifer.
Yes, darling, go up there.
Why can't you
Social
get up
media
and
man.
do your job? Well, where's Aaron?
But he's watching.
No Democrats to make fun of?
Okay.
Anyhow, let me bring up the social media star of the century,
Yes.
Jennifer Flores.
Thank you guys so much, and Happy New Year. Happy New Year. So I have some thoughts on my mind, so I'm just going to start shooting them out. I'm just like, I feel like everybody else does that confidently, and like, why can't I? Especially like, this is the place to do it. You see some people bomb so bad that you're like, maybe I could be a comic. That's how I started. All right, so here are places that don't feel real. One of them is Amarillo, Texas. Who has been to Amarillo, Texas? Raise your hand. Nobody, exactly. So one day I was on the LIR, headed to Brooklyn, and I left my Juicy Couture bag on the train. Terrible. Heartbreak. As a girl, as a 21-year-old little girl, that was the worst news I could have ever done to myself. Like, what do you mean? My Juicy Couture velvet bag, my AirPods, my wax pen, my charger with my wax pen? And I'm going to my shift, so really my wax pen? Like, I lost my wax pen? Like, I went all the way to Barclays Center to look for it. They didn't have it. You know they weren't going to have it, babe. If I would have came up on that, that would have been the best day ever for me. They needed it. They needed it. So, right. So now I'm in New York. No ID, no driver's license, and I'm from California, and I want to go home. And I can't get home because you need an ID and you need a driver's license or at least a passport to fly. And I haven't renewed my passport since I was in 3rd grade. So what do? I go to the DMV, and I'm like, hey, like, can I get a new form of documentation? I already know what I have to bring. I have my stuff. She's like, so your birth certificate doesn't have your last name, but your social does. She's like, She was like, I think you might need a new birth certificate. I said no. I said, right, yeah. Yeah, and they have like a 3-point system, so they're serious. They want to know that you are who you are and that you're from New York. I was ready to commit. I couldn't prove who I was, though. So what do? I book an Amtrak to go back home because I wanted to go home. I missed the Amtrak. I missed it. I literally did. I missed it. I missed it. So I had to buy a $300 bus ticket to LA. And yeah, so I get on the bus. And here I am on this trek to LA, and I have books with me. I have my phone, my charger, my earphones. I got some COVID stuff because it was like during COVID, and I have my weed. Like, duh, I have my weed, right? Right, pro weed. So this whole time, you know, we're getting through the more like progressive states. We're gonna go down kind of through the South, and they're like, we might get a random check, you know, and if they find anything that you're not supposed to have, you're gonna leave here with them. So you better have everything in line. Da 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 da. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm still gonna smoke. So I'm smoking through these states. I'm smoking through Ohio, Pennsylvania. I was feeling bold. I smoked through Missouri, right? So I'm in Missouri and I'm smoking this night. I'm smoking through Indiana. Like, I'm just like, where can I smoke? I'm gonna do it. You know? I'm like, I gotta do it. I gotta stay sane. And so I'm smoking in the middle of the night, Missouri. I go, I brush my teeth, I wash my hands. That shit was so strong. We get on the bus, the lady is pissed. It's 2 a.m. Mind you, I'm like, what? Girl, I literally heard somebody say he just got out of prison for killing somebody. And he's on the way back home to see his son after 10 years. But you're mad at me for smelling like weed. Okay, sure. I humor her. If anybody got marijuana, throw it out right now. I hear, shh, shh. And the bus smells like flowers now. I said, thank you, God. Thank you. Because I'm like, whoever did that, you're real. Thank you. We go a couple more steps. I'm not going to lie. She put some fear in my heart. She did. I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe this, like, I was like a half of a joint and another joint. I was like, I could throw these away. So I threw it away like a dumbass. A couple days later, fast forward, our bus gets broken down, and we have to go back to our last stop, which was Amarillo, Texas. We're on the way to Albuquerque. What's in Amarillo, Texas? Nothing. I explored. Every single stop I went on, I explored. I was walking because I'm like, I need to be sane. I need to do stuff. I need to be productive. Like, I was eating out at restaurants just to like be like, you're not like them. You're not like them. Like, you could just push through because people on the bus are crazy. So I'm going through this Resident Evil looking town. I've never seen that many closed down buildings. I'm like, how is this like? Is this like a money laundering town? Like, what is really going? I didn't see anybody there. I didn't even see animals there. I'm like, are we on the set of Resident Evil? Like, are the zombies gonna come out? So that's like one of the spots I really don't feel like it's real. I got into an argument there. I seen somebody pass out from a stroke. Like, we were literally in the trenches 4 a.m. like outside waiting for the bus driver. It was a time. It was a time. Never lose your ID and your driver's license. That's why I don't carry both anymore. I just carry one or the other. Like, keep a passport on you at all times. You know, those are important things. So, another one. My ADHD, I feel like, has saved me from a lot of stuff. I love having ADHD. I think sometimes it can get annoying, but like when you're your own best friend, hearing your voice constantly in your head 24/7, even right now as I talk, I kind of like it. Like, let's go, girl. Yeah. Like, sometimes I could be having a full conversation with you, and there are 3 conversations in my head, and I'm like, shit, I wasn't listening. Yeah, but I love ADHD. It's my superpower. So, my superpower has saved me from a couple of things. Suicide, eating disorders, self-harm. I feel like anything like you put on a to-do list, you're not going to do it. So I was like, I'm going to kill myself like soon. And I'm like, it just never happened. Like, oh, I forgot about it. Out of sight, out of mind. And eating disorder, I could never, like, I come from a family of just bigger women, so we love food. I appreciate food. I really do. And also, like, I was great at math, but what do you mean I have to count my calories too? That's fucking boring. Like, I'm gonna turn on the TV right now and pig out. Like, I don't care. I'm sorry. Sorry I don't have a thigh gap. Oh my God. Like, maybe I'll kill myself and I'll put that on the to-do list and then I'll forget. So, all right, so here we go. So these are other things. Realities I was thinking about where I'm like, I probably died in that reality. Because, you know, there's 2 choices. There's infinite choices, infinite timelines, infinite realities. If there was a reality, this one, where I didn't die in that instance, there's surely one where I did. So I was thinking about some of them. One of them is definitely this party I went to, which is like, I had a dream, like a couple of days before I went to this party, that there was a shooter and I got shot in the head. Right. But I'm like, hey, I have vivid dreams regularly, so this is nothing. I'm telling you, I hear my voice in my head while we're talking. Like, that's nothing. So I was like, let me test my theory out, and I went to the party. Surely enough, somebody runs in, they're shooting, we're on the wall, I'm holding my friend's hands, I'm ducked, I'm like, this is it. I mean, like, I'm kind of like psychic, guys. Like, this is it. Like, it didn't happen, but I mean, in the other timeline, it probably did. And like, that would have been a stupid way to go, right? Okay, so when I tried to off myself, I was on the Jackie Robinson. If you guys don't know what that is, it's a famous highway in New York. And right. And there's elevated streets. So there's like a regular street where there's apartments, and then you can look down and there's a Jackie Robinson. And so I tried to I just got the ride. I'm like, fuck it, like quick, either impact or also that's like a double win-win, right? I didn't do it, thankfully. There's another situation where I did, and I'm so glad that that's not my reality. What were they gonna say? Like, unknown student in local university jumps off the Jackie next on 2 p.m. Like, nobody was gonna move. Nobody was gonna move. Okay, another one. Here's another one. Elementary school, I was crossing the street. It was a busy, like, little zone, because it was, like, right next to a Ralph's and residential's. Like, who puts a school there? Whatever. They put us there. My mom drops me off in the corner. I'm walking. Boom, a car flies by. The guy who would, like, walk the kids, he, like, pushed me back. I'm like, whoa, cool. That was like, whatever. My mom is super religious, and religious moms love opportunities to make anything a testimony. So that Friday, Sunday, even next Wednesday, I was sitting there in the front with my mom while she talks about how God saved my life because I didn't get ran over by a random ass car. But that's okay. That's just like my grandma being like, Jenny, when you spent the night the last time you were speaking in tongues. I'm like, no, grandma, I have a hyper imagination, and I was speaking in English. You just don't understand. So you thought I was speaking in tongues, but like that's gonna be my thing. Like whenever I have some lame ass like time, I was unemployed for 8 months, living on my mom's couch. But God provided, and now I'm in this studio. Like I'm gonna claim it too. Like, come on now, testimony. So I guess I'll end on this little note. All right. Yes. So parents always want to say, been there, done that, or you think you grown, or I already done that, like, you know, who are you fooling type of stuff. Mom, you've never been 4 hours deep on a shroom trip feeling like your body is on manual and you don't know what your human existence is, and you think you can teleport with the girl next to you and communicate telepathically. You've never done that. So let's be fucking for real. Anyway, that's all I have for today. My name is Jen. I go by Divine. My Instagram is Divine World. And actually, good news today. I finally started taking over the social media. So now whatever you see on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok will all be me. I can't wait to show my artistry with you guys. And have a good night. Thank you so much.
Wait. Oh my God. They're speaking in tongues. Oh my God. You know, my girlfriend's mother said that to me one day. She said, do you know what I was just doing? And I was high. And I didn't want to say anything because she's Indian, but like Native American. And she goes, I was speaking in tongues. I don't believe that. But I do believe, do you believe what I believe? A man is not wearing his uniform, and I'm very jealous today. You didn't hide them like you did yesterday. Come to the stage, Lee Schwartz. Share your hairy thighs with us.
That's wonderful. I feel very hairy. Yeah. Speaking of colors. So a little known fact, Fridays, most accidents happen. But on Mondays, most fashion accidents happen. Fashion emergencies happen. I was in one, actually, as you can see. Nothing matches, but then things never match, actually. I never fitted in school, never blended in, so what else is new? I've ostracized in school, Who cares about color coordination when you're worrying about eating the next day? No, that was kidding. But Walmart, it had me thinking about Walmart because in Massachusetts there's Walmarts everywhere, and there's Super Walmart too. And the kids, they call it Wally World. Does anybody know this? Wally World. These kids get raised on Walmart. It's Super Walmart, especially. Kids are like born in Walmart. They just go from the bed, the nursery section, Nintendo, and they grow up there. They spend their whole life there. You could go visit them, actually. And Super Walmart's just super trash, super white trash. They're supersized white trash. So you see, But I found out last night that there's one thing you got to be aware of when you go to the movies is every single person who works there knows the end of the movie. Just they're armed. They're armed. Watch your step, because every single one knows the end of the movie. And I got in a little tiff with the concession guy who's like 17 or something. Like by default, he has no job skills whatsoever. And he gets me the Coke, and you know how at home you kind of like, if it goes a little bit like high up, he goes just naturally. That's all he knows. So he did that. He went, but he didn't think anything of it. He just comes over and gives me the Coke. But, he had no idea. He really had no idea what he did because, as I said, at home, that's what they do. And so I got mad. I said, you know what you just did? And he's like, what? What did I do? What did I do? And he's like, cool down. And I said, okay, all right, I'll cool down, all right. And then he was still mad at me, but then I'm giving my ticket, and he moved. He was now getting the tickets. So at this point, I'm not going to. It's equivalent to 6 cents, where if the worst thing you could hear from a guy taking a ticket was Bruce Willis is a ghost, and that's. But they're on par with this, okay? So I'm looking at him, I'm giving the ticket, and he's just got this look in his eye that I could just ruin the whole movie for this guy. Just like that. And you gotta watch yourself in movies next time. Seriously, don't get mad at anybody. But I'm not going to tell you what happened because I got something else in mind. So stay tuned for a sequel of what really happens. Sorry. But I have to do something that's totally 100% different. And totally different. And I'm doing an impression. Yep, I am. But keep in mind, there's a very good chance you'll be psychologically harmed forever after this. And I'm not kidding. You'll leave here. I'm not paying for your therapy at all, but you have to do it on your own. And maybe I should give a disclaimer that it's not my responsibility if something terrible happens to you. But this is it, okay? This is an impression of a guy singing Stop in the Name of Love. That's completely off key, doesn't quite know the words really well, and probably shouldn't even be on anything related to music. He shouldn't be there. So, ready? Here it goes. Diana Ross will kill me for this. She'll hunt me down. Okay. She will. Okay. Okay. Stop in the name of love. You've got to save my love. Think it over. You've got to rein in my love. If you don't save my love, you stop in the name of love before you break apart my love. Now, think it over. Keep thinking over. Don't stop thinking it over and over and over and over, because it's stop in the name of love. You got to rescue my love. So Diana Ross will kill me, and she'll hunt me down. Hope she doesn't see this live stream. She's alive still, right? Or, yeah. Okay. All right. I should. I didn't know. So, but. You know, anyway. She'll kill me. You know, she knows. She sees it on the thing. She'll kill me.
Oh, your girlfriend.
No, Diana Ross.
The mic so she can't hear you.
Oh,
metaphor.
yeah, now. Right. So, yeah, my girlfriend will kill me, and then Diana Ross will kill me.
And that's how you leave the stage. You have something forward to 5 minutes.
Oh.
Thank us.
Okay, you could find me at YouTube, Lee Shorts, and that's where I'll be, and that's where I'll always be. Okay.
Yes, and he forgot to say that he's doing so well. He had got another audition, I think, at the Laugh Factory. So I'm really proud of him for that. And you have to be proud. Those are those little baby goals that. Listen, if you didn't know about this place, you'd be sitting out there. You know, you've got to really take advantage of this. I mean, I'm taking advantage of me, but I'm done. I'm done with this place. But you guys have to take advantage of this place because there's no Friars Club anymore. There's no place for you guys to go. You know, when we were down or didn't have any gigs, we could always go to the Friars Club, and you had an account there. So when you didn't have money, you could, you know, put your food on there. Somebody's going to buy you a meal. I remember seeing Jeff Garland there just being so depressed one night, so depressed, and then boom, just like that, he picked up a show, and it was just like that. That's how life is with comedy, especially comedy. Don't let people talk that age thing to you, because the older you are, the funnier you are. You have no choice. No choice. Look at these kids. They're making it. They're Instacomics at 18 because of their life. They've lived so long on that phone. But talk about white trash. Their parents know how to be real parents in show business. Nothing will push you out like white trash parents are like, get your ass to work. You know, read the back of the Cheerios box so you know how to read. And that's all you get for the day. Well, I'm just saying that because, you know, when you're part white trash, you're right. You have the right to say that. But I always have black people in my family say, don't you dare be white trash. So I thought I was going to do some time tonight, and then I changed my mind because cottonmouth goes a long way. You're like, I'm not smoking pot. Shh. Shh. Okay, nobody's there. Okay, that's good. I just wanted you to know that I would love to be a fly on the wall and see Jennifer in New York, okay? I would just like to see her in New York. You know, you have some people like, you see Sunda, you see Shamaya, like, yeah, you know what they do there. They crazy. Nobody's messing with them. But this one, where's she going?
Brooklyn.
Who's offering yourself? There's no time for that.
Brooklyn.
Like my assistant, I told you, I had an assistant. She's going to off herself. She says the phone rings, and it's me. How annoying. How irritating. You want to take your life, but Sunda's calling, and she might need something, and I did. I couldn't get my phone unlocked somehow, so I had another phone just in case. Well, my thing isn't on my schmata. Oh my God, I look like a real old Jewish cleaning lady, right? Not even an old Jew, a Jewish cleaning lady. All right, so let's get down to brass tacks, guys. It's a new friggin' year. You got to do you. You got to have your tapes together, man. And when I say tape, whatever you want to call your content, get it together. Talk to Jennifer. Figure out how you're doing your thing, because it's not so much about your followers, it's about your interactions with people. That's your engagements. You can't buy engagements. I'm sure you can, because you can buy anything. This is America. But I'm saying you can't buy it like there was a time when you could buy followers, and then you realize, wow, Daisy Shumaya Bing Rodriguez Singh has no followers. But she's following me. So she must be somebody. So all of these things take into consideration because she's here. Someone's going to take her and pick her up, and she's gone. If I could afford it, that's what I'm saying. I need money for this. She's got to get paid. These kids got to get paid. They got to eat. And so I feel bad about that. So we got to think of something about this fundraiser. It's going to be a fundraiser. I mean, do I sell my panties? What's next? I don't think I have any left. My kids took those too. They took my drawers. How you take my drawers and talking about these are mine? No, they're not. Look at this bra. Look, the bra just went down. They took my. I didn't wear it and make it like this. It looked like they took their fists, like their elbows in here. They got elbow titties, like Madonna bras, like Gaultier, them kind of bras. Come on, I wasn't in them. So who was in them? And then my daughter was in my makeup, so right away she was like, the bird was in your makeup. And I was like, the bird? But the bird's face was all red. And the bird ate the lipstick because she was laying an egg, which makes no sense, but you know we have to do that every month somehow. So you know that a cockatiel can't hatch the egg unless it has a male to do it. And you know men ain't shit, they ain't doing no eggs. I wish I would sit down my ass on an egg and I could watch TV. Can you imagine a male bird? Imagine Mark talking about, what do you mean? Now I got to sit on the egg. I work all day. Now I have to sit on the egg? We'll scramble it and eat that bitch. All right, that's what happened. They told me about Oprah. I remember that. They said that she was actually going to start her family. She was freezing her eggs. And I swore she was scrambling them and eating them. I can say that.
Freeze eggs.
Well, it depends now. People eggs? I don't know. I just know that Viva was so mad at me today. She was like, you see, I told you she was trying to lay an egg because of you. Because of you, she said to me. What'd I do? Has to let it go. I wouldn't want to pass an egg, girls. Not for nothing. Kidney stone's one thing, but egg. People say you're funny, you probably are. Don't forget that Aaron has an acting class called the Film Actors Shop. Film Actors Cafe. He has wonderful things going on. The Right Club, W-R-I-T-E, The Right Club with Dustin Chafin. Yes, he's still working. He's working, and he's doing it remotely. And we have somebody new coming. And that person's name is Christian Cinthron. He's Puerto Rican. For once, we got Puerto Rican coming in the house. Just kidding, guys. We know you love Puerto Ricans out here. And he will be teaching a comedy class, but it will be a comedy class. So he's going to be doing a class. He is formerly of Dangerfield University. That was Rodney Dangerfield's dream in school. So he's going to be coming here. I'm excited for all of this because we have to get these classes going. All right, because Shemaya got to get some baby formula because I want to have to breastfeed that baby again. And I want to thank you so much, Shemaya. I want to thank you so much, Jennifer, for holding the fort here and taking over. And guys, if you have anything you want to, like, if you have something you want to raffle, think about it. You know what I mean? Like, I got to raffle something, right? Like, nobody knows who Red Skelton is. Jerry Lewis?
Jerry Lewis, yeah.
I should raffle up a letter.
I know that.
You knew that?
Yeah.
I have autographed stuff from them, but he'll kill me.
I just don't know Henny Youngman.
Did you know I worked with him? No, I did his. Did you see it?
No.
Google Sunder Kronquist, Jerry Lewis, and the Henny Youngman tribute.
All right.
And you'll see. My wife said, take me somewhere I've never been before. I showed her the kitchen. This guy made millions off of making jokes about his mother-in-law, and I went to jail. That's okay, guys. You guys have been great. I love you all. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, Jennifer. Now let's get those dirty jokes going. Come on. Lee.